Today I finished up over $5,000 on the day. As you can see on the screen, I took three trades, actually more like two and a half, but three trades, two wins and one loss. Um, Now the first trade I took calls at 9:48. This is the first 10-minute candle. The second 10-minute candle faked out lower day. I was kind of looking at puts after having a big red day yesterday that we were going to rebound, which we did. As soon as it got over 60, 670, 50, that's when I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 67.35 calls at $7, and they went from $7 to $13 on that pop right there. So, and I didn't really touch anything. I just didn't like the grind up, and this green line is all time high. I did grab calls at 12:15, which is right here at the green line, thinking, okay, we're at all time high. SPY loves to overshoot all time highs. Everyone's going to try to short it here, and we're going to probably pop to 674 and squeeze a bunch of people out. And usually that's what happens. It didn't happen to pull back a little bit, but I didn't stop out. I wasn't stopping out. Instead, I held my calls and I morphed it into my FOMC strangle play, which I placed at 127. So I added a little bit more. I didn't have much to begin with. I did add a little bit more to my calls for my FOMC play. I made my new average at 450, and the put side I had 67.50 puts at 380, and didn't really, not much really happened. And we made new high a day right here. I mean, FOMC was a dud. We made new high a day, and it just didn't really go with volume, and it was not very exciting. So I cut my calls right there, and so yeah, I took a loss on those calls that I had bought, then added to a little bit for the FOMC play. So I cut them and hung onto my puts, thinking, okay, FOMC's here. We're at all time high. I'd rather be in puts, and I actually did go heavier in puts than in calls. And I stopped out of the calls, and it seemed like it was a good decision because the calls didn't go anywhere, and we did finally drop. The puts did go from 380 to 620 in that drop right there. And like I said, I had a lot more puts than I had calls, so it definitely paid off, and I had turned my day nice and green. So if you want to know more about my plays and what I'm doing, you can find my link in my bio, or you can just go to optionlottos.com and it will take you there too. Thanks for watching.